Tonight we continue our Regulation Nation series with a look at how President Trump's massive infrastructure plan could result in significant cutting of federal red tape. Correspondent Doug McKelway tells us how that would work.
The Bayonne Bridge is a symbol of what ails U.S. infrastructure. In 2009, the first environmental impact studies were undertaken to raise this roadway to allow tall ships to pass underneath. But the studies alone took 5 years and generated 10,000 pages of environmental assessment and another 10,000 pages of permitting. The project is not slated for completion until 2019.
We built the Empire State Building in just 1 year.
The Trump administration is trying to cut through such red tape as it proposes a $1.5 trillion infrastructure program.
The political will has not been there because you've got to take on a lot of lawyers, a lot of environmental groups. But this president has shown that he's not afraid of those fights.
4 days after his inauguration, the president signed a memorandum to begin streamlining. The White House cited this study as its roadmap. It found the permitting process so cumbersome, it sometimes harms the environment by delaying construction. Quote, America's antiquated power grid, for example, wastes the equivalent of 200 coal-burning power plants or $150 billion per year. In subsequent memoranda, the White House promised to establish a one-agency, one-decision structure for environmental review, shorten the lengthy environmental review process to 2 years, and eliminate redundant provisions in environmental law. Environmentalists and their Washington allies say it's a wrong approach.
I would never argue for a slower permitting process, but the way to make it faster is to fund the agencies that already have the charge of putting permits through the system.
The Trump plan also gives more power to the states, who've learned they need to make permitting easier to be competitive.
The states in many ways have led the way. They often move toward things like one-stop shopping, so-called concierge services.
Even so, Trump's infrastructure promises will be hard to keep. After he gave the go-ahead to complete the Keystone XL pipeline a year ago, it remains unfinished, and environmentalists filed a new lawsuit this week to block it. Brett?
Doug, thank you.